Hey guys, welcome back to Niche Gold Making A to Z. Our letter today is P, which will stand for Pandaria, which is what made me quit WoW, so I don't know why I'm going back, but I guess we are. We're actually going for Pandaria rares. In this video, it's going to take me in-game time about 40 minutes to do what I do in this video, so understand that I'm not saying this is the route, follow it, because it might not be that valuable to follow the entire route. I'm just kind of showing you where I go if I wanted to do an entire route. Essentially, along with their own loot, the Pandaria rares had a chance to drop little bags. Rares in the Vale of Eternal Blossoms had treasures of the Vale, while rares elsewhere had satchels of helpful goods. And when you'd open those, they would contain some gold and some items, usually crafting materials from Miss Pandaria. So we're talking ghost iron, trillium, what was the leather called? Savage leather, maybe? I don't remember. But you'd get that, you'd get magnificent hides, windwool cloth, all sorts of stuff, along with motes of harmony. And I think in the Treasures of the Vale, you might also be able to get sky shards, and if you can somehow over time collect enough of those, you could get the Alani mount. There are also a few notable rares around Pandaria that are valuable in and of themselves. So even if you don't do the entire route, which I honestly don't recommend doing, you should probably still hit up a few particular rares. In alphabetical order by mob name, because I'm looking at a list to remind myself what drops what, Kar the Darkener in the Dreadwaste will drop a Imbued Jade Fragment, which is a sellable pet. Kroll the Blade, who spawns just north of Kar the Darkener, will drop the Elixir of Ancient Knowledge, which is an experience boosting elixir. Unlike the one that you get from your garrison, this one is BOA, and so you cannot sell this, but it still might be very valuable if you're leveling alts in order to be able to craft with them. Most of the rare mobs in Townlog Steppes are interesting because they drop a crafting profession bag. So Lithic the Stalker drops a bag of jewels, Lon the Bull drops a bag of herbs, things of this sort. And so if you're looking for herbs, you could go check out Lithic the Stalker, that sort of a thing. So I particularly like Townlog rares. I do check on pretty much all of those. Major Nanners in its Vale of Eternal Blossoms drops an item called Helpful Wiki's Whistle. This is actually not something you can sell, but if you're going to be farming in Pandaria world for whatever reason, it's useful to have. Basically, it's a toy and you summon a little Hosen and you send him off and he will go do stuff, and then after you've killed enough mobs, he will come back and he will give you a free bag of stuff. So if you're going to be killing Miss Pandaria mobs for any reason, I recommend killing this rare until you get this whistle, just to be able to get a little bit extra out of those mobs. Nalash Verdantis will drop a Hollow Reed, which is a sellable pet. They're little water strider, little azure strider pets. I have 3 of them. They are the Dream Team, Piddles, Puddles, and Paddles, and they're pretty amazing. Scritch, a Hosen in Kunlai, will drop the Hosen Peace Pipe, which, when used, increases your rep with all the Pandaria factions by 1,000 or 2,000 if you have bonus reputation unlocked from your main. This is very useful if you need to get rep for whatever reason. And unlike the other tokens, which I'm going to talk about in just a moment, it can be sold to other players. There are many other rares with little toys and other cool things like crates of kidnapped puppies that you can get, and also some will drop BOE epics. Unfortunately, none of them have unique models, which is why I didn't call them out for transmog purposes, but they are there and you could get some transmog gold out of it. So if you're wanting to see all the rares, where they spawn, and what they drop, I'm going to link a Wowhead comment in the comments below that you can check out. I also highly recommend NPC Scan Overlay, which is going to create the colored overlays on your map where all the different rares spawn, which will help you find their locations much easier. While you're out here, also note that you should be looking for Zandalari warbringers and war scouts. They will also drop their own bags, which can be very valuable if you can get them, and they will also drop rep tokens. These tokens are BOA, so you won't be able to sell them, but they're very useful if you need to, maybe get Shadow Pan rep so that you can make the Tome of Illusions that comes from them. This is actually how I got the rep from them on my Demon Hunter, is I just farmed bags from Zandalari War Scouts, since they're way more often up than the Warbringers. The Warbringers drop a mount. That's why people farm them, but don't really worry about the scouts too much. You'll often find scouts up a lot more than you'll find the warbringers, but kill them both because they can all drop bags, and they can also drop those rep tokens, which are useful for your alts. Anyway, like I said, this took me almost an hour in game to fly to all these spots. It's not worth that amount of time. You'll notice I did get a few bags, but not that many, and I didn't get a whole lot of trillium or any of the higher value items that could be in the bags. I'm happy with what I got because I can mill those herbs and make glyphs. I'm gonna smelt the ghost iron, and then I'll be able to make more peculiar energy sources. So I'm happy I got the stuff, but it's not worth an hour of my time. However, there's a lot of mobs you can cut out, such as the one that spawns in the far north of Kunlai Summit. And once you tighten up the range that you like to look for rares, you'll start getting a pretty efficient pat down. I'm actually to the point that I basically only look for war scouts, and then I hit up whatever I kind of happen to wander by when checking on the Zandalari spawn points. When you do that and you get a few scouts added into the mix, this becomes a very profitable little run out through Pandaria, especially if you can get more bags and the war scouts in there. So I hope this helped you guys out. If it did, please like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, and I'll see you guys later.